huge. It's transformational. It will be like you having a whole fleet of employees helping you with your personal and or business things. Hey y'all, I'm Tami Green. Let's talk about dumb people and building the lives we want. Today we're going to talk about using AI and AI tools and some of the objections I've heard from you guys on why you don't want to use them. So I hope I can convince you to start using them by talking about why you don't want to use them today and give you some little teasers into what I've been doing for the past month, actually about 6 weeks. I have been redoing my whole business so that I can use not only the chat piece of all these tools, but the agent piece, which we're going to get into in this series. So let's start with addressing why you don't want to use AI tools. Because when I keep suggesting them to you, my client, you give me these recurring objections that you have. So let's talk about those first. The top barriers to using AI tools for people like you, and see if any of these resonate, are data privacy concerns, cost concerns, and lack of knowledge. I think data privacy is the number one thing I get. I also get a lot of, I don't think they can help me. So I think a lot of people are saying, AI, what does that mean? And if I can get you to do the one thing today, and that's use the chat, you could start using it, but it's way more robust than that. So I think a lot of these objections can be summed up into fear. And you might use logic to say, I don't want to use it, or I can't use it, or I shouldn't use it. But it really is a lot of fear, and for good reason. Anything that's new to this magnitude could cause a lot of fear of change. So I want you to start thinking about that in these terms. Think of the Industrial Revolution, okay? Or when the internet came out. Those are two big ones that you might be able to relate to. So when the Industrial Revolution started, there were farmers and different people that said, I don't want to use the steam engine. But guess what? Eventually, their jobs of manual labor were replaced with the steam engine. And you are at the same place right now. Do you want to be getting at the front of this and using the steam engine, or do you want to be the person that's in the middle where you're unemployed for 2 years? And that's what I want to say. I want to help you get ahead of this by learning to use these tools. I personally am super excited about AI and these tools, but I may come from a different place than you. Now, the first thing I want to say is I'm usually an early adopter because I'm like a super curious human being, but I get that most people aren't like that, especially in the boomer age group, which I am on the cusp. But yeah, technically I'm a boomer. So I get that boomers don't even typically or stereotypically like to use streaming platforms versus like cable or satellite. So if you're just that far away and you don't want to do it, I'm just going to give you one little thing that you can use to start doing this. But there's all different variables of people. There's all different kinds of levels of people of being able to adopt new technology. But I want to convince everyone to use it. You may not use it to the extent I'm going to teach you. But let's talk about some of the fears and objections just to get you to use it today. The biggest objection I get is it's stealing my data. And if you don't understand how machine learning works or data collection, I can see that's a fear. And I can also see that it's a fear of just like putting your personal stuff in the cloud somewhere, and you just don't want people knowing your business or having access to it. So I want to explain something to you. If you're using any cloud-based email system, they are collecting your data. Every time you do a Google search, your data is being collected. Every time you search something on Netflix, your data is being collected. It's already being collected everywhere. Certainly, we know about some lawsuits with Facebook collecting data. But yeah, your data is being collected every time you open your phone and get on something, every time you're on a computer. I don't want to scare you, but I want you to understand that this is a fact of our life already. So now you're to use these AI tools like Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT. And I'm telling you, use them as a therapist. Use them to automate your business. And those are extremely personal details beyond what you're buying on Amazon. Again, everything in Gmail, everything probably in the other email providers. I don't even know what they are, except have an old Yahoo account. All that information is already being collected. So the way I want you to very much get over the fact that you are putting very personal information into AI. Let's just stick with Gemini or ChatGPT. You're going to put business information, you're going to put personal information, and there's just a default setting you can change where it won't collect your data. It will stay just for you. So, yes, your information is being collected by default, but you can turn this off. Also, those of you listening, put in the comments if you know how you can turn off default data collection on things I've mentioned like Gmail or anything like that, because that would be useful too. Me, I'm an open book. Obviously, I'm here on social media talking about my life. My personality type is INFJ. I'm like, I can't lie. I'm like, here it is. But not everyone's like that. So this was an easy one for me to overcome. But if it's harder for you, I want you to go turn off the default in your app, whichever one you're using. Let's use Claude, for example, which is one I'm using extensively right now. So here it is. You're going to go to settings and then privacy, and then use my conversations to improve Claude. That's it. That's one little setting. ChatGPT has the same thing too. Gemini too. It's not hidden. It's just that nobody tells you it's there. So that hopefully helps you get past those privacy concerns. If you're still worried about that, don't take it from me. Do your own research on it. Okay. And don't just go with conspiracy theories and people posting random stuff on Facebook or whatever. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. All right. I will give you one very common sense rule to follow. Do not put, even in an email, sensitive data about your clients. I am very careful, even on my social media, to not give certain information about my family members, personal things that might hurt people. And certainly, I never say anything about my clients unless it's an anonymous thing. That's why there's HIPAA compliance. So that's just the common sense. Don't put things that are personal about a client in there. But what I do want you to put in there is your business ideas. I want you to put your strategy. I want you to put in there the concerns I have. I want you to put in there relationship problems you're having. I want you to put in there ideas that you have about business. Basically, it's problems to be solved. Anything that's a problem to be solved, I want you to start using these chatbots to just have a conversation and ask them. Okay. The second objection I hear a lot is I'm fine. I don't need it. I'm old school. I like doing things with my hands, or I just don't use it. And I was fine too when I restarted my YouTube and coaching business. I know how to do a lot, but then I ran into some roadblocks. Number one was when I started researching AI, I realized there is a short runway to get the upper hand here, and everyone's going to be using it. Why do you think there's so many layoffs? Big companies know if they don't learn AI, then they're going to die as a company. It's the same thing. You can be a slower adopter and it's just going to be put into your life slowly but surely, or you can just accept it, radical acceptance, and lead yourself, which this channel is all about self leadership, and say, I'm going to adopt this early thing and it's going to benefit me hugely. You do need it. You're not going to be able to live in this world without adopting some AI. A client who's a farmer and even his John Deere tractor uses AI. right? Even the new cars that you're driving uses AI. Everything you're using uses AI. I had a child say, I don't want to use AI because it's taking water from the environment. Okay, that's not one of the ones we're going to talk about now. But what this child was getting this information off of TikTok, and TikTok uses AI. So think about it. You are using AI already. Objection number 3. I'm not tech savvy enough. And I'm telling you, no one, hardly, except for maybe developers and super early adopters, are tech savvy enough to understand all of this when they start. Now, understanding how to use a chat box, you don't need any technical knowledge, nothing. But what I'm going to get into later is I'm going to teach you how to actually use the technology without you being a developer at all. I'm not a developer. I learned HTML in college a long time ago. I haven't used it. And there's going to be things that I'm going to teach you. You don't have to code. As a matter of fact, those people who know how to code aren't even coding now. They're using AI to do it for them. So don't worry about that. You say it, you type it, and it does it for you. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to be tech savvy. You just have to learn to work with these products. I want to explain to you something I did in this last month that I took off, right? So I made a promise to myself that I was going to start my YouTube channel and I wasn't going to stop making videos. I was going to keep going. And when I started doing the research about AI for a video topic, I realized how short the runway was and how much it could help me. I realized that if I kept making videos versus learning this stuff, I was going to come out way ahead. The other thing is, I have a super busy life. I know you do too. And I have kids, I have grandkids, I have all kinds of things going on in my life. And it is a very busy life. And I can't afford, as a person who's doing all of this by myself, to not be able to show up and do a video. But if I automate all these things, then my life can get in the way and I'll be able to do it. Now, am I automating filming the video? No, but I can't wait to show you. I have automated so much of this, which is leaving me time to do the things I love. What are the things I love? I like creating. I like understanding what your needs are and really reaching into the camera and saying, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm dealing with, and connecting with you. I really love that. That's what keeps me going every day. I love creating anything that's beautiful art. So now that I've automated some of this stuff, now I'm getting to be able to make really good videos for you. Eventually, I'm going to add like B-roll and really pretty aesthetics. That's what I love to do. It can help you automate things you don't enjoy as much so you can do the things you love. And who wouldn't want to do that? Now, I did a video on basically in January of 2026 when AI started visibly replacing jobs. And I think there's a lot of fear and denial about AI replacing people. And yes, AI is going to replace jobs. I just mentioned things I'm doing with AI that I would have paid someone. Video editing, administrative things. So yeah, it's going to replace jobs just like in the Industrial Revolution. It did replace jobs and it is going to replace jobs too. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stick your head in the sand? Or are you just going to go with it and learn the new things? Maybe during the Industrial Revolution, you couldn't farm anymore with your horse and plow, but you could learn the new technology, which was a steam engine, which was the tractor. That's the same analogy I want you to use now. You got to give up that I got to do it this way and say, okay, this isn't going to replace my job, but I will be replaced if I don't learn how to use this technology. Because a farmer back then using a horse and plow, they couldn't keep up anymore. The cost of their making food was too much larger than if they use a tractor. So your cost of doing business right now, or even like life, is going to be too much. for what you could do with these tools. So that's not a good argument. AI is going to replace me because you know what? AI is going to replace a lot of things. So what are you going to do about it? So, like everything, I'm coming to you real. I'm talking about how I'm using it, some of my own reluctancy, some of the reasons that really tipped me over to using it. First of all, I don't like stress. So let's reduce the stress in my life. I like to be more creative and I like to be efficient. If you have ADHD, oh my goodness, I have a lot of neurodiverse people in my family and in my practice. If you have ADHD, you can totally use these tools to help you remember things, organize things, and get that off your plate. It's huge. So, yeah. So, I hope this video has helped you think about overcoming a few of the objections you might have to using AI, that you're not smart enough or you don't need it. You are smart enough. You just have to start using it. And I'm going to teach you in the videos, and I'm going to keep supporting you on this. My channel is about self-leadership. I teach emotion regulation. I teach relationship skills. I teach things like this, everything about how can you be in control of your own life. And this, my friends, is a big one. It's a huge one. I can teach you so you can be ahead of the curve, so you can lead your own life. So you can be the weird, strange, different, phenomenal person that you are. This is going to give you that leverage. I always like to give you some kind of action step. If you were my coaching client and I'm sitting here with you, I'm going to do things with you. So and I always give homework at my retreats. You have to go do homework. And it's not like hard homework, but when you're learning new skills or applying information, it's great to hear it. It's great to see it. But when you do it is where the change happens. So I'm going to ask you to do one thing this week. I'm going to ask you to get one of these 3 apps on your phone. One is Claude, the other is ChatGPT, and the third is Gemini. Let me tell you a little bit about the difference in them so you can make a decision, but don't overthink it. Just get one. Claude, I use a lot for automating my business, making business decisions. The writing is exceptional. It's more professional in the writing. And ChatGPT is fantastic at validating you. ChatGPT will make you feel like a rock star. It's really good with conversation. ChatGPT is also exceptional in images. If you don't want to give it any of your personal information, just get ChatGPT and start working with the images. They're really great. Gemini as well works with images, and I've been using that too. It also works really good with like native Google products, like if you're a big Google Drive person. But basically, I'm using Claude to automate my business. And if you think you might want to go that way eventually, I'd suggest doing that. So you're going to get one of those 3 chats. You're going to open it on your phone and you're just going to start talking. You're going to say 3 things you want to do and ask it to give you ideas on how you can accomplish those things. Okay. You think you can do that? Now, one thing I want from you, if you might please subscribe to my channel. That's all I'm asking for in return for doing this. And that helps build the relationship. If you want to go further, I'm building community on Substack. Super excited about that. The link is in the description for that. Oh, outro is my son when he was little. Listen for it. Okay, bye. Say bye.
Bye.
See ya.